To order the Wheaton Park District Board of Commissioners for the notice of public hearing concerning the intent of the Board of Commissioners of the Wheaton Park District, DuPage County, Illinois, to adopt a budget and appropriation ordinance for the period beginning January 1st, 2023 and ending December 31st, 2023. Mike, can you take a roll call, please?
Commissioner Vyers.
Here.
Commissioner Pacharich.
Here.
Commissioner Morrill.
Here.
Commissioner Kelly.
Here.
Commissioner Barrett.
Here.
President Fry.
Here.
So, the purpose of the public hearing is to give the public the opportunity to weigh in on the budget and appropriation ordinance that has been on public display now for over 30 days, along with the rest of our budget proposal and related reports. There being no public present, we certainly can make quick work of this public hearing. I will remind you, though, that we do need to, when we leave the public hearing, we need to motion to recess the public hearing to December 7th, where we will continue the public hearing, yes, December 7th, at the DuPage County Historical Museum prior to our Finance Subcommittee meeting. And we'll continue the public hearing to that date to maintain compliance with the statute related to the amount of time that minimum and maximum can go by from the closing of the public hearing to the action on the final budget and appropriation ordinance. So with all that being said, and of course the budget and appropriation ordinance being available on our website, and be both via our placement on public review of the related budget documents I referenced before, as well as within this board packet, and this public hearing being duly noticed as required by law in a local periodical, in our case, the Daily Herald on November 3rd of 2022. If there's no comments or questions related to the content of the ordinance, we can seek a motion to recess this hearing to December 7th at 5 p.m.
So move. Second.
We have a motion by Morrill, a second by Barrett, to recess to 12/27/22.
12/7.
12/7, excuse me, 12/7/22.
For the record, 5 p.m. at the DuPage County Historical Museum.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye. Sorry, I'm a little late.
We've recessed it, so now you need to call the regular meeting to order.
Okay.
Hello, Terry.
Terry. Call to order the meeting of the Wheaton Park District Board of Commissioners, November 16th, 2022. Want to take a roll call?
Commissioner Vyers.
Here.
Commissioner Pacharich.
Here.
Commissioner Morrill.
Here.
Commissioner Kelly.
Here.
Commissioner Barrett.
Here.
Commissioner Me.
Here.
President Fry.
Here. I believe we have a presentation tonight.
Good evening.
Hi, Margie.
Hi, Margie.
I'm Margie Wilhelmy, the Director of Marketing, and I'm here to share a little bit about what we have going on for the holidays. So we are just about 1 week away from the Festival of Lights. If you've driven past Cosley Zoo, you notice there's a lot of Christmas trees in the front lawn. So the festival kicks off on November 25th and runs through the end of December. The zoo will be open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and will be decked out with thousands of holiday lights, light displays, and, like I mentioned, Christmas trees. Then on Saturday, December 3rd, we will host our annual reindeer run with the Wheaton Lions Club. We have close to 800 runners registered right now. We're expecting close to 1,000 runners. You can still register for the 5K run walk at WheatonParkDistrict.com. More holiday events coming up include Pizza with Santa, Santa's Craft Corner, and our Light Up Wheaton House Decorating Contest. Plus, if you're looking for some holiday shopping, we have our Wheaton Park District gift cards for sale, and if you purchase 100 or more in gift cards, you'll receive a $10 Arrowhead voucher. Information about all of these events are available at WheatonParkDistrict.com. I hope everyone has a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Margie. Any questions?
Thanks, Margie.
You're welcome.
Comments, questions for Margie? Consent agenda. I need a motion for the approval of consent agenda.
I'll go for it. Move to approve the consent agenda, items A through H, beginning with A. Approval of disbursements totaling $1,316,861.46 for the period beginning October 12, 2022 and ending November 8, 2022. B, approval of disbursements totaling $392,234.03 for the period beginning October 12, 2022 and ending November 8, 2022. C, approval of the subcommittee meeting minutes for November 2, 2022. D, approval of the regular meeting minutes of October 19, 2022. E, approval of the closed meeting minutes for October 19, 2022. F, approval of change order number 2, Graf Park Backstop Project, Proline Fence Contract, amount increase of $600. G, approval of change order number 1, Park Service Center Painting Project, Allied Painting Services, contract amount increase of $1,200. And finally, H, approval of change order number 1, Cosby Zoo Visitor Center Roof Project, Red Feather Group, contract amount increase of $1,625.
Second.
A motion by me, a second by Vyers. Mike, if you would, please.
Commissioner Vyers?
Yes.
Commissioner Pacharich?
Yes.
Commissioner Morrow?
Yes.
Commissioner Me?
Yes.
Commissioner Kelly?
Yes.
Commissioner Barrett?
Yes.
President Fry?
Yes. Moving on, we do not have unfinished business tonight. New business. We need a motion for the general obligation limited tax park bond series 2022.
If prior to accepting our motion, if it pleases the board, we do have Anthony Maselli from Spear Financial, our financial advisors, with us today. We'd like to ask him to come to the podium and provide an overview of the process and the results and his thoughts and feelings on our relative success in this outing this time around.
Sounds
Anthony?
good. Yeah, thank you, Mike, and good evening, everybody. So we took bids yesterday on the district's General Obligation Limited Tax Park Bond Series 2022. This is the annual rollover bond that we do every year for the payment of alternate revenue source bonds and also for new money for capital projects. So this year, obviously, we know that market rates are up, especially in the short term. So rate was a little bit different than we had seen the last few years. However, we did get 5 bids, with the winning bid from Wheaton Bank and Trust. That rate was a 3.59%. The 5 bids ranged from the winning bid of 3.59 to the high bid of a 4.47. So pretty significant range. I think it shows the volatility in the market and kind of what's going on right now. We will close this issue on December 7th. It will again provide for $470,200 for payment of the 19A bonds, and then just about $1.44 million for capital projects for the year. Regarding the rate, I know I talked to Mike about this a little bit. Interestingly, looking back at the last 3 issues as a spread to the U.S. Treasury at the time, last year in 2021, we had a rate of 0.525, and that was 34 basis points above the U.S. Treasury. In 2020, we had a rate of 0.74, 62 basis points above the U.S. Treasury. And then in 19, a 1.69 was our rate, 11 basis points above the U.S. Treasury at the time, the 1-year interpolated Treasury. Today, 3.59, we're 100 basis points under the Treasury. So while it seems high, I think it's an aggressive bid considering where market rates are, and good to see the participation by Wheaton Bank and Trust to come in that aggressive. The final sizing of the issue after the rate will be $1,928,159. So that'll be the final size of the issue, and then we'll again go to close on December 7th. Happy to answer any questions.
For me.
Questions, comments?
Thanks, buddy.
Welcome. Linda?
I was just going to ask, because I'm new to this process, the 5 bidders that we received, did we go out to those particular ones, or did we open up the bidding process to anybody who wanted to bid?
Yeah.
And these were the only 5 that we got.
Yeah, so it's, we have a list of well over 100 banks that we distribute the information to. We also post the information in called the Bond Buyer Magazine, which is an municipal industry magazine so that bidders can see that it's coming. So even if we don't necessarily send them the information, it's posted on our websites, Beer Financials, it's posted on the bond buyers. So anybody can bid. We like to see at least 3 bids, so getting 5 is a good outcome. It's not, buying these one-year instruments isn't always something that banks do. There are certain banks that do it for relationship reasons. There are certain banks that do it for investments, but it's not uniform that every bank, in the state or in the region wants a one-year municipal bond. So it's kind of a niche thing.
And these 5 that bid, are these typically the same 5 that we see, or has there been a variation over the course of the past several years?
There's a variation, but we do typically see the same ones. Some fall in, some fall out. For example, BMO Harris is an example of one that doesn't always bid, but bids on maybe a few a year. One that we didn't see, Park Ridge Community Bank. They, as of last week, told us that they're kind of full up on bonds this year and they're going to stop bidding. So it varies. Who bids and who doesn't. There are some that show up every year, like clockwork, and some that don't. Wheaton Bank and Trust is a good partner to the district and always shows up to bid and provides a strong bid. They don't always win, but they do show up to bid, and then some come in more aggressively and less aggressively, depending on their own portfolios.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Quick question. Any speculation as to 100 basis points below? How do you attribute that difference?
It's a good question. There could be the dynamics, the fact that this is municipal security. It's not, and these banks don't always base their bids off of a specific index. It could be they're basing it off of their own cost of funds. It could be that they're basing it off of what they've seen other people bid in the market, and they want to come in and win the bond. So if you look at, if you've got a 3.6 one-year treasury, and you look at People's National Bank, the person that, the bank that came in at 447. So they might be looking at, what's going on in the market and bidding what they think's appropriate, while the others are saying, well, I could bid that, but I may not win, and we want the investment, or we, as, Wheaton Bank and Trust, want to be aggressive for the district. So,
Is it worth speculating that because of the fact that they're obviously familiar with the Wheaton Park District and they have a history of working with us, that they were happy to take less of a profit?
yeah, well, certainly, and it's certainly in the case of Wheaton Bank and Trust. I mean, they're
I
here
think
to
that's
support
worth
the
noting that
district. Yeah.
we have the support of our local community bank-wise, so much so that they have enough confidence in what we do that they're willing to make less, even in a market where they could mark it up.
Sure, absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
Anyone
Anthony.
else? We do need a motion for this.
We have, if I may, we have two motions that we'll need to approve. One would be identifying the low bidder and approving that bid, and the second would be the ordinance. If I could draw your attention to your agenda, under items 1 and 2, we'll need to, from the potential motion, we'll need to strike the word approximately from both of those and change the dollar amount to the $1,928,159 that is the new size. And towards that end, if I might, suggest the motion for item number 1 be a motion to approve the bid from Wheaton Bank and Trust Company, N.A., Wheaton, Illinois, at a net interest rate of 3.59%.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Vires, a second by Barrett.
Commissioner Pacharich,
Yes.
Commissioner Morrow.
Yes.
Commissioner Me,
Yes.
Commissioner Kelly,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrett,
Yes.
Commissioner Vires.
Yes.
President Fry.
Yes. Moving on to the second part of the motion, we needed a motion for ordinance 2022-04.
I move to approve ordinance 2022-04, providing for the issue of $1,928,159 general obligation limited tax park bond series 2022 for the payment of land condemned of purchase for parks, for the building, maintaining, improving, and protecting of the same in the existing land and facilities of the district, and for the payment of certain outstanding bonds of the district, providing for the levy of taxes to pay said bonds, and authorizing the sale of said bonds to the purchaser thereof.
Second.
Motion by Vires, a second by Kelly. Any comments?
Commissioner Morrow,
Yes.
Commissioner Me,
Yes.
Commissioner Kelly,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrett,
Yes.
Commissioner Vyers.
Yes.
Commissioner Pacharich.
Yes.
President Fry.
Yes. Moving on.
If I
I'm
could,
sorry.
just, we
Yep.
could, Anthony, unless you want to watch the rest of
Oh, he wants to stay.
government body in action, you please feel free to leave, and thank you for an outstanding job as you do
Anthony.
for
Thanks
us
again,
annually.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anthony, you don't want to stay with us, man? Jeez.
My wife is watching on TV.
At least somebody did. Moving on, we need a motion for Resolution 2022-08, a resolution authorizing the estimate of the annual aggregate levy in compliance with the Truth in Taxation Law.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Vyers, a second by Barrett.
President.
Yes, comments?
Yes, sir. Mike, does this lock us into the 3% that we went back and forth with on a couple subcommittee meetings?
This is the first step in the approval of the tax levy, or among the first steps in the approval of tax levy process. This is your going on the record of your intent to comply with the Truth in Taxation Law, as well as authorizing an estimate of your tax levy. Your formal tax levy ordinance, it was slated for approval on December 21st of 2022. And that, by law, we need to make sure we are filing our tax levy for, by the, I believe it's the 28th of December this year, by the end of December.
Yeah, for the 3%,
short answer to your
right?
question is no, this is not your final tax levy determination, simply the estimate and compliance with the law.
All right, so we're going to approve the resolution, or at least that's the intent. But because there's a indication of the 2 plus 1% in the resolution, it appears that this does lock us in, does it not?
Again, your final tax levy, the board's direction was to prepare the estimate of levy at the 3%.
Okay, good. That's all I wanted to know.
But the final tax levy ordinance is what creates the
Gotcha.
local law
Yeah.
that would then assess those rates against properties in
Thanks, Mike.
in
I
the
just want
community.
to have that clarification. You know, I want to state, just for the record, that the board was not in unanimous agreement about the 3%. And I, for one, believe that, you know, we should take advantage of the additional 1.9%. I still don't believe that, you know, we've done the best thing, or we will do the best thing for the long-term fiscal strength of the Park District by limiting ourselves to the 3%. Obviously, we didn't all agree in that regard, but it's still, if we did in fact approve, let's say a 4.9, it was still going to be a minimal impact, you know, on our residents in terms of their property taxes. So while I'll certainly vote for the resolution, because we have to have we have to have a levy, but you know, at least I wanted to state that for the record.
Any other comments?
Commissioner Me,
Yes.
Commissioner Kelly,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrett,
Yes.
Commissioner Vyers.
Yes.
Commissioner Pacharich.
Yes.
President Fry.
Yes. Moving on, we need a, pardon?
Commissioner Morrow.
Commissioner Morrow, please forgive me. Ray, would you care to vote on this resolution?
I'll vote yes.
You know, when
Thanks,
I
Ray.
have to rotate who I start with, and it always throws me off. I got to keep a seating chart.
You didn't want to vote.
I didn't want to vote. Moving on, we need a motion for the approval of the Arrowhead Golf Course Chemicals 2023 to approve the bids for the vendors' products and prices per staff recommendations.
I move to approve the bids for the vendors, products, and prices per staff recommendations.
Second.
Motion by Pacharich, a second by Barrett. Mike?
Commissioner Me,
Yes.
Commissioner Kelly.
Yes.
Commissioner Barrett.
Yes.
Commissioner Vyers.
Yes.
Commissioner Pacharich.
Yes.
Commissioner Morrow.
Yes.
President Fry.
Yes. Moving on, we need a motion for the Arrowhead Golf Course 2023 rates. Motion to approve the following increases in golf rates for the 2023 season. Green fees, $1 increase for 9 holes and $2 increase for 18 holes, excepting the senior resident hole rate, which will not be increased. Cart rental fees, $1 increase for 9 holes and $2 increase for 18 holes. Range bucket fees, $1 increase per small bucket and $2 increase per large bucket.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by me, a second by Morrow.
Sure.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against?
Aye. Oh, against.
Yeah.
I'm in favor of it, I'm sorry.
That would be a nay.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
Okay,
Take a vote for Ray and.
yeah.
Okay.
He's
Thanks,
voting
Ray.
twice.
Well, he had a makeup vote. He had a makeup vote coming.
Keeping him.
Moving on. A motion for the community center interior renovation project to approve the purchase of 900 KI chairs through Sourcewell Cooperative Contract in the amount of $130,215.20.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by me, a second by Barrett.
Commissioner Barrett,
Yes.
Commissioner Byers,
Yes.
Commissioner Pacharich.
Yes.
Commissioner Morrow.
Yes.
Commissioner Me.
Yes.
Commissioner Kelly.
Yes.
President Fry.
Yes. Moving on. We need a motion for the community center interior renovation project. A motion to approve change order number 1, contract with, is it Ephraim?
Yes.
Carlson to increase by $17,642.82.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Barrett, a second by Kelly.
Voice vote.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries.
We need a motion, number 8, we need a motion for the payment of carnival services at Cosley Zoo. A motion to approve the payment of $33,050.25 to JBR Funways for carnival services at Cosley Zoo.
So moved.
Second.
A motion by Pacharich, a second by Barrett.
It's over the bid limit, we should. Commissioner Pacharich,
Yes.
Commissioner Morrow.
Yes.
Commissioner Me.
Yes.
Commissioner Kelly.
Yes.
Commissioner Barrett.
Yes.
Commissioner Byers.
Yes.
President Fry.
Yes. Reports from staff. Mike, anything?
Nothing further from me, thank you.
Department reports, anyone?
Down there.
Any discussion on the past subcommittee? Ray?
I just want to congratulate the under-11 girls Wheaton United soccer team for winning the President's Cup State Championship in October. Congratulations to them. The pumpkin revenue, it's indicated that they've made $16,734. How does that compare to last year? Do you know? I don't. Or at some point in time?
I can find out for you.
It'd be nice to know if we're doing better, doing worse, where are we? And then the Wheaton Park District was awarded the DuPage County Historical Society Centennial Award. Congratulations to them for that. And it's also, I noted that the museum numbers are up considerably this year compared to last year, so that's good too. And that's all I had. Thank you.
Gary?
It'll be unusual for me to have a few comments, but I do. I want to start off with Rob. Rob, from my perspective, I don't know that I recognize the Parks Department, enough for what everybody does, but, you and your staff, you get accolades, for all the ongoing work throughout the Park District. It's pretty phenomenal. We never hear anything from anybody that, man, the parks are in bad shape or whatever the case may be. So, I'll attribute it to the leadership, but you got some good people there, too. Cool.
Thank you.
Dan, Wheaton United SC, 40 teams for the 2022-2023 season with 507 applicants, or participants. That sounds like a big deal. Especially last year's Wings program had 15 teams and 170. Is because of we combined, what is the deal?
Mostly the combined, yeah. So, again, lost a few Wings players. Wheaton United came over, brought a lot.
Okay.
Percentages, but again, the program's going great. We're having a great transition from the spring season into the indoor winter season.
And we get along with their administration?
Couldn't
Good.
be better. Great
That's cool.
people.
Thanks, man. Obviously, pickleball is still of interest. We've maxed out, the sessions of registration, so, they're still doing it, right?
The CAC right now is hopping for pickleball and
Cool. And it might be Vic, usage hours and associated revenue are up for the use of our CAC. That's you, Dan, again?
we're killing it there too.
Apparently, we're doing something right, man. Keep it up.
Been great team effort.
Couple more. Pumpkin Fest, got to mention that. I mean, it was great as usual. I was over there to buy my standard annual Halloween stuff and Thanksgiving stuff, but, you couldn't have fit more people in there. It'll be good when we get some more parking down there. We're still getting, Andy, customer, rave reviews, for our restaurant, banquet, food and service. I mean, you're kicking it, so keep it up. And finally, golf. Andy, you'll have to take the credit because, we don't have Bruce or any of the assistant pros here, but, we've come to the end of another great golf season, thanks to you guys. I know that you were humping it for our various tournaments and, the outings and so forth, but, nobody ever had a bad thing to say about, the golf course, so keep doing it, man. Thank you.
I have one comment. Andy, I just was curious. I see that people can get 3 gifts wrapped for purchase of a restaurant entree. How many years has Arrowhead been doing that?
Probably been doing it for probably 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought maybe
Very
long time.
popular.
upward of 10 maybe, but
Very
you're probably
Well,
right.
If there's any time periods throughout the day or evenings where you don't have enough staff, let me know. I'm pretty good at wrapping. I'm happy to come out and help.
You're hired.
Oh, that's noted. Wait a minute. Put an asterisk next to that.
That was a fast yes.
Yeah.
Seriously.
It's a very popular promotion for us at Arrowhead. People love it.
Yeah.
But I will keep you in mind.
All righty.
Anyone else? Okay, I need a motion to move into closed session for point A, the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees, 5 ILCS 120-2C1, and point D, pending or probable or imminent litigation, 5 ILCS 120-2C11.
Move to recess in that regard.
Second.
We have a motion by me, a second by Vyers. All in favor?
Right.
Nope, sorry.
Do a roll call.
Sorry, my fault, my bad.
Commissioner Vyers?
Yes.
Commissioner Pacharich?
Yes.
Commissioner Morrow?
Yes.
Commissioner Me?
Yes.
Commissioner Kelly?
Yes.
Commissioner Barrett?
Yes.
President Fry?
Yes.
Thank you. And we will,
We will come back to vote on what we discuss.
I think the
After
only
closed
one that
session.
has to stay is Donna.